And now for something completely different.
Nice.
Another recap. Okay, so we're all going to give our recaps again before we reveal our number ones.
Sure.
Once again, 10 through 2. I have Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, Pokemon Heart Gold, Banjo-Kazooie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Mario Party 2, Perfect Dark, Grandia 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Dragon Warrior 4.
Okay. I have Final Fantasy VIII, Star Ocean Second Story, Oblivion, Half-Life 2, Demon's Souls, Deus Ex, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2, and Mega Man X.
Looks like you're struggling to read under your scribblings.
I scribbled that one like double hard, so it was kind of confusing. And I almost read my former number 9 that I crossed out from before.
You guys are crazy.
Mega Man Legends gets honors as a second number 9 slot. There you go.
My number 10 is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, Super Mario World, Halo, GoldenEye, Metal Gear Solid 3, Super Mario Kart 64. Yeah.
You're the only person who played that game.
Huh?
You're the only person who played
that's how fucking awesome it was. I bought the only copy.
Football, yeah.
Oh wow, I spiked everything. I ruined it. Resident Evil 2, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time.
Okay. So my number 1, which isn't a secret to
Stop
most of
dancing.
you, and of course Ken just talked about it, but it is Ocarina of Time. I have never invested so much time into a game by myself. Super Mario Bros. 3, I play with my family a lot, or even Chris sometimes. Dragon Warrior 4, I do play by myself, but it was, again, something I played with my stepdad. But this is something that I really played mostly by myself and really worked to 100% in. All the weapons upgrades, everything you could do. I mean, there wasn't that many side quests, but I still did them.
Yeah.
I love the dungeons, I love the bosses, I love the music, I love the graphics, I love the controls. To me, that game is flawless. I know it has glitches, but it's really a flawless game. And I could never love a game so much as I do that one.
I'm sorry, I'm very distracted right now. Ken is playing with an egg he just got out of the fridge, and I don't know why.
I was trying to make it spin, but it's either too cold or I need a plate.
It's still alive. Okay, my number one game very, very obviously is Earthbound for Super Nintendo. I'd never heard of the game before. I saw an advertisement for it in a magazine. The advertisement showed some of the characters, some of the monsters, all made in like clay, I think, because it looked ridiculous. Surrounded by a giant cloud of green gaseous fart. And it had some ridiculous quote on it, and I'm like, I have no idea what this game is, but this is the most vile thing I've ever seen, and I have to play it. And I rented it from Blockbuster. It came with the guide and everything. And I started playing it. I never made it past the third town, but I got so invested with the game, and its sense of humor is ridiculous. And I'd never seen a game like not take itself so seriously. And what am I reading? I'm gonna kill you. And I begged for it for Christmas. It was right after I got my Super Nintendo that I rented the game, and I begged for it that Christmas. And my mom got me the whole original. Came in a giant box. It came with a strategy guide. It came with like scratch and sniff cards of some of the bosses. Yeah, it had actual cards. Like you could scratch it. One
game,
would smell like fart. One would smell like
the game didn't look that hard when you played it. When I first saw it here, you got one piece of armor and it turned you up to 96. What was up with that?
That's because my Super Nintendo was trolling me.
Master.
But I've never enjoyed a story in a game so much. I've never enjoyed battle system. Like, I'm not huge on turn-based battle, but that game was just amazing. And I've never played a game that that game is nostalgia to me. That game is my childhood. And it'll always be my favorite game. I can't see a game ever replacing it. Number 3 came about as close, Earthbound-wise, as I could get, but I wouldn't put number 3 even in my top 10, because it's still just the greatest.
My number one is Battlefield 2, because that
It's a reason.
that and Counter-Strike were like the two games that really made me competitive. But I only played Counter-Strike for like 2 months, 3 months, something like that. I mean, I'd never had a computer that could really. I had a computer that could handle it. I just didn't want to spend the money to actually go out and buy it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my friend had Counter-Strike and it was great, but it wasn't like Battlefield. I will go out and buy Battlefield. I have before. I think I've bought it maybe 3 times. So, because I keep losing it. But I've got all the expansion packs, and they're all each time fantastic. With every, it's like, hey, you have special forces, and you get a grappling hook or a zip line or something, or night vision goggles or something like that. And like they really do take the time to make maps that are really tough to just camp, but at the same time, you can see everything from a high vantage point. And with the addition of Frostbite into the new Battlefield 3, I'm very excited. The only thing I want them to do is I want them to add Prone back from Battlefield 2 and Claymores. Other than that, they have a perfect game. Yeah. And I played it again, and it was so hard to hit people because it was just, there was no accuracy.
When I went back from Bad Company 2 to Battlefield, I was trying to correct for bullet drop. I was trying to correct for bullet travel. There is no bullet travel. There is no bullet drop. You aim where you will hit. This
is kind of funny, but in 2005, this was the first Modern Warfare type thing. Like, this was the game that you bought.
Exactly.
And it was it. Now you got, Modern Warfare 2, and you fire a bullet, it's magically there. Automatically. That you don't have to lead, you don't have to have bullet drop or anything. That's how Battlefield 2 was, except they had really, really difficult accuracy with certain guns. Like, you had to, what's the thing where you just stagger bullet or something like that? Bullet?
Burst fire.
Burst fire, there you go.
Yeah.
And, you really had to, if you laid down and you weren't prone on the ground with that machine gun, it was going to literally walk you in circles and make you do flips, because it would take control. So, and then with the additions of like no bunny hopping with a grenade launcher, I was amazed. And then the fact that the best player in the world is a medic, because because it gives you so many points. That means you have to be
a working support character.
Yeah,
you're active constantly.
They give benefits to support. Like, hey, you like throwing down med packs. Well, that's great, because everyone can benefit from that. He got, hit in the shoulder. Benefit. So, but, I think it's a fantastic game. Very well balanced.
Oh, yes.
Still being played today, and it hasn't even had an update. It has new expansions, but not an update to the system.
Patching, yeah.
Well, they have 1.5.
1.5.
But that was 5 years? Maybe 4 after the initial release, which is usually when, systems die.
2-3 years ago, yeah.
So
I love when they support. Hell, Diablo just had a patch a couple months ago. Or sorry, Diablo 2. And that game came out in, 98? 99?
It's a while. But
it's been a long time and they're still supporting it.
But the thing is, though, is Blizzard hasn't released any other games. They've released WoW. Okay, they've released WoW.
WoW, StarCraft.
But, Diablo 3 is coming out soon.
Diablo's the only series by Blizzard I'll play.
Yeah, and then StarCraft 2 is just come out after 12 years, or...
Something like that.
Yeah, a long time.
I actually think it's 14 even.
Those are fantastic. That's Brood War. You got to count Brood War because that came out 11 years ago. But that was a fantastic game, very well balanced, and that's again, it's the prides of how well these games are balanced that it really becomes obvious that they're going to stick around. I mean, no Commando Pro, no retarded noob tubes. Oh, I mean, there is a noob tube, but it won't kill you. Like. There's not as much splash damage as in other games, so I'm excited for it. But when 2142 came out, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. 1943 came out, oh, that's really good. Bad Company came out, awesome. Bad Company 2, you're getting closer to Battlefield 2. As soon as you get Battlefield 3, I really hope they are like, hey, we have a great formula. Why aren't we doing this more?
Battlefield 3 is going to be closer to Battlefield Bad Company 2 than Battlefield 2, I think.
Oh, are you serious?
No, I'm guessing. Because with the improvements they made in Bad Company 2, they're going to bring back, I'm hoping, Prone. The same great maps, because the maps in Battlefield 2 are much better than Bad Company 2.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they keep the weapon system, the upgrade system, from Bad Company 2, because it's a lot more clear than Battlefield 2. I can't even figure out.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you. I can't figure out where the hell to find to upgrade my weapons.
It's very tough to figure it out. But, I mean, like...
But it was all laid out for you in Bad Company 2.
I will say this, though. It's as fun as it is, people... perks. I don't like perks. Don't give me perks. Give me a gun. There's no perks in real life. I mean, you get a sight, and that's fine. But basically, that sight should not give you hollow point bullets.
Yeah.
It should not give you, bullet projection depths or things like that. It should be like, hey, there's a dude. You got to hit him, and you got to hit him correctly, accounting for the wind or whatever and everything else. I think it should get tougher as the game goes on.
Absolutely. But permanent.
I also think that it should be PC only.
I agree. Actually.
I don't think that Battlefield...
I don't want a bad port.
I don't think Battlefield should be on a console anymore. I think that people should actually have to fork over money. But the game would be cheaper. I think they're like, hey, you have a good PC. If you have been a veteran of many other Battlefield games, here's a game for $25. Mm-hmm. I would pay $25 for it. So...
Excellent.
All right.
Well,
thanks for listening. We will see you next time. Here on the Daisy Gaming Podcast.
Tweet us ideas, please.
Yeah, or YouTube comments, whatever.
Our tweet names are down below.
Anything you want to hear us discuss, start sending messages so we can get these discussions going.
Yes, absolutely. We want to talk about stuff with you.